Not the most beautiful day, but fishing guys go no matter what. I have a question for you, Captain Tripp. Are we catching fish today, or is this boat catching us? This is a brand new formula, 457 CCF. F stands for fish. What's ahead today?
Well, in this performance video, we're going to be taking the boat out offshore. And as you can see, that's not the most beautiful conditions, but that is when we want to see how this boat performs. It's a little dicey out there, so it's going to be exciting. But we're also going to take the boat inshore, just see what kind of fuel economy she gets, and also go through the mechanical aspects and just see what it's like to run a boat like this. So come on, let's see what the day brings. Right now we're coming out of the beautiful Haulover Inlet. Fortunately, it's not too dicey in the inlet right now, but offshore it may be a little bit, probably not as bad as it was earlier today, but we're gonna take her out and see how she runs, see how she feels. I think it's gonna feel good. What do you think, Eric?
I think really good. With those Tripp 600s, you can't go wrong.
All right, coming out, she got up on plain ease with those 600s. We are dry, but however, we can put out those wind weather doors immediately. I noticed there's a reduction in wind in here, right?
Yeah.
But not only wind, but spray. And we've been experiencing some spray and rain today. All right, let's get a little aggressive. Right now we're running 39 miles an hour in these seas. What's it about? I don't know, 1.5 to 2 foot out here. Some may say 3 or 4. We'll give her a little spin. Nice and easy. The boat just leans right over, just as we'd expect her to. Cuts, and you know, I do notice that the boat slows a little bit in the turns. But you know, hey, this is almost a 46-foot boat.
How does Mercs feel pushing this boat?
They feel pretty good. The best thing about them is they're not very loud.
No, they're not loud at all.
We want to see this boat offshore, where you're going to be using it as a hardcore fisherman, and this boat excels out there, there's no doubt.
Or in South Florida, I can see making a Bimini crossing, 70 miles, maybe an hour and change on a good flat day.
Yeah, absolutely.
It would handle it great.
It absolutely would. I would have no complaints, no matter where you're sitting, especially that upper Helm station on a nice calm day.
Oh my gosh.
Coming into that Bahama bank from up there, that's where you'll be spoiled.
You saw me up there earlier today while you were driving. Yeah. It's a bigger chop, and you know what? I had a great ride up there.
I like how the boat just comes up over these waves, and it really doesn't slap or bang or crash out or anything. And also I noticed with the grid construction on this hull and the layup, you know, it's just really rigid. There's not a lot of banging, not a lot of echoing like you might get on a cheaper boat. Everything just feels solid and like it's there and it's gonna be there. Now I'm gonna kick back and feel some of this AC.
Yeah, there you go, look at that.
Let you do some of the work.
Nice. So we're doing 44.7 miles per hour. Doesn't feel like it, and this chop,
yeah,
feels pretty darn smooth, actually. I think we're good, Cap.
Yeah, let's take her in. Hey, the sun's going down. Let's call it a day, brother.
She's showing me all she can show me, and it's impressive.
That's it. As you can see, this boat is powered by triple V12 600s, which is a lot of power for this boat, and it handles it really well. Now, one thing that we do want to mention is how well Formula has done the rigging and stuff down along the transom.
Now, some very cool features over here, Tripp. For example, you have your freshwater systems flush and engine flush. Freshwater cools the gen, all the major components of the boat that need flushing, you've got it going right here. Now this one push button lowers those big, beautiful 600s right on down.
Our test boat has a length overall of 45 foot 7 inches, a beam of 13 foot 9 inches, and drafts 54 inches with the engines down. Test weight was estimated at 35,971 pounds with 64% of the 700-gallon fuel capacity on board and 5 passengers. The boat was powered by triple Mercury 600s turning 27.5 pitch props.
We recorded a top speed of 63.2 miles per hour at 6,400 RPM. The 457 has a Formula Fast 3-track double-stepped hull, which reduces hull friction and helps account for that noteworthy top speed. We found best cruise to be at 5,000 RPM, where the boat went for 48.7 miles per hour, or 42.3 knots, for a range of 330 statute miles, or 287 nautical miles, with a 10% fuel reserve. In our acceleration tests, We reached 10 miles per hour in 4.9 seconds, 20 miles per hour in 9.5 seconds, and 30 miles per hour in 15.1 seconds. At about 20 miles per hour, the 600 switched from low gear to high gear seamlessly. We didn't hear it or feel it shift gears, and it's this 2-speed transmission that gives the 457 fast times off the dime as well as high top speed.
Before we take you down in the mechanical space in the cockpit, there's a few more features I want to show you. Over here on the port side is your fresh water fill as well as hookup for your coax cable. Now, shore power, I like how they've done this. There's actually a Glendenning electric reel for your shore power cord on the transom. That's something that you normally see on larger, nice yachts. I like seeing that on a boat like this. Stepping down in here, I know I call this a mechanical space, but it's almost more like an equipment room. I mean, this large opening is about just under 3 foot by about 6.5 feet wide. And once we kind of get down a little lower, we can really see everything that's going on down here and how cleanly it's all put together. We have a Dometic chiller for the chiller plates in our fish boxes, fire suppression system, your reel right here for your shore power cord.
Let me jump in here, Trip. Notice the custom-made stainless steel hooker seat chest that eliminates at least 6 through-hull seacocks at the bottom, making the 457 safer and reducing maintenance. Raw water coolant is pumped here from the generator, Seakeeper, live well, air conditioning, and fish box chiller plate condensers. Formula has wisely installed a diesel generator instead of a gas one for safety reasons. This is a 10.1 kilowatt Fisher Panda Mini 12 with sound shield and is fed by a 35-gallon diesel fuel tank.
In the back, I can just see a lot of various electrical components from our start batteries and all the wiring, which is in looms. I like to see that. Maybe you can hear that little whine that's in the background. That is our Seakeeper 6 right here, which is really keeping this boat steady. We were offshore earlier and we turned it off and the boat really started rocking. You turn it on, it feels fantastic. It makes such a difference. You also have your house batteries back here and fuel tanks farther forward.
I'll tell you what, Trip, with the amount of room down there, that's a mechanic's dream to be down there, or the owner himself working on those machines as well.
That's right.
Now, I got something to show you right now. A really well-appointed Helm station. Pretty good tour coming up. Check it out right now. Now, these are Garmin 22-inch screens. These pretty much control the entire boat. Each one has a function, but this is truly the brains of the boat right here. Very easy to use and all touch screen. I feel some really cool air blowing out of this vent. 18,000 BTUs, feels so good. Got a phone charger here, which is great to have, right? Cup holders galore. Over here is your remote for your stereo. Boom, it's stereo, by the way. Your bow thruster right here. You've got another phone charger. We've got the binnacle right here, fly-by-wire. You've got your Bennett trim tabs right here as well. Here's your joystick with autopilot. And again, another cup holder, another phone charger, and more vents. And something very nice for me as a boater is I like having visibility off the bow. You've got this retractable window that goes in and out with these NASA-developed rams. So you can actually let it go out, more ventilation comes in. That pane of glass will actually hold at any level, no matter how fast you're going, and you'll feel safe and secure. Going up on top, we've got the JO audio speakers on both sides, your fire suppression system right here, VHF radio, your Mercury vessel view for all the readings you've got to have, and again, the ACR spotlight right here control. Really well done, laid out, and easy to use. Now there's a whole lot more up on top here. There's more on top to see on the second station. Let's head there right now. Captain Tripp, welcome aboard the large second station, my friend.
It is large, and golly, man, the view up here is pretty good. I can imagine just spotting some big fish up here, and the ride's probably pretty good, right?
Let me tell you about that ride part, okay? You're down there at the helm, I'm up here in this seat, and I said, what's it like offshore in some 3 to 5 foot waves? I'll tell you one thing, I was comfortable as could be.
Really?
I mean, I sat back here, and I'm just watching the view. It was fantastic. So again, this is a really great place to be. Now, on the helm area here, you've got a large Garmin, of course. You've got your tackle switches here, drink holders, your trim tabs. You've got your ACR spotlight control. You've got your joystick and fly-by-wire and autopilot as well here at the binnacle. Again, nice stainless steel steering wheel. Above my head, great things like, of course, the VHF antenna and FLIR nighttime vision is here as well. Off to my side, I love these carbon fiber outriggers. So it's all ready and rigged to go.
Coming forward, another storage locker. Perfect spot for fenders. I like seeing a dedicated space for fenders on a boat. All the way forward is the anchor locker. Now under here, there's a few things in particular that I like. I think the first thing is going to be the freshwater rinse. This hose is actually on an auto retracting reel. So a simple yank and it will go back in there and stow nice and neatly. The anchor rode, you do have a inspection, little visual port here. You can look down there and see it, but if you need to access it, simple, take a few screws out and you can access it completely. Now you have your Lumar electric windlass, which can be controlled here by these push buttons or back at the helm. And then something else that's pretty interesting, a detail that Formula didn't forget. We have 2 cleats in here, which of course is to tie off our snubber or our little safety chain. Now those are actually custom made and branded with the Formula logo. Now who else is going to think to make something so cool and stylish down in the anchor locker? That's pretty nice.
As you can see from this video, and also in our features video that you should be sure to see, Formula has pulled out all the stops on this 457 center console fishing boat. The company has long been America's premier builder of premium express cruisers and day boats, but now is taking on the biggest names in center consoles with a boat that takes no prisoners. Say so long to the days of beer and hot dogs, and hello to a high-tech, luxurious sport fishing gold platter that leaves compromise in her wake.
And that is our performance and evaluation testing on the new Formula 457 CCF. I'm Captain Eric.
And I'm Captain Trip with Boat Test. And remember, even on a day it may be rainy, dreary, and rough weather outside, but life is always better on a boat.